Hey, loves. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate everyone that did stop by. We were going to be talking current events, and some of the news that I had on the current events was lighthearted. It was extremely lighthearted. So I was going to be kind of sharing some of the other stories that had happened earlier, probably within the last 24 hours, but then this happened. And it's like, yeah, you guys, just out of sensitivity for the families, we don't even need to talk about what. So we'll get back to that, at the proper time. But right now, I have watched this video probably like 10 different times, and I can't tell you how it's just like so imperative to just pray for those families. When you go, all of us, we've all been that person that we've been at the airport and we're waiting for the person to come in, and you're nervous and you're waiting, and you might even be circling the airport, you may not be parking, you're waiting for your loved one to get off of that flight. And so just not knowing that that hasn't happened, and waiting for to just hear whether or not they've been rescued or not in this particular situation, it's your heart just breaks for the families that are impacted at this moment. And just for those who could be struggling in the extremely freezing waters right now, waiting to be rescued for the first that they do. I heard they've come, sending people from Virginia and New York, and people coming in from Maryland, like just from all over to assist. This particular American Airlines passenger plane was about to land at the Ronald Reagan in the Arlington, Virginia area. So it was coming in to land. Somehow, none of the details are clear right now. So since the officials aren't clear, we're not clear. But a military, um, let's just say, I've heard it said it's a Black Hawk, but then there's been some discussion that it may not have been a Black Hawk, but a military flight was coming in, training. They're saying that it was a training flight, so it was just four crew members on board, I believe, on that one. In collides at some for some reason they just didn't see each other at this landing point, and collides into this passenger plane, splits the passenger plane in half. 64 people, like there's four staff and 60 passengers on the flight, split it in half. And it happens over the Potomac River. And that's where they are just extreme levels of rescue is happening right now in the middle of the night. So this is just a lot. I know that they did announce that the airport is completely closed until 11 tomorrow, or possibly we'll have another update if they decide to change even that time. So it's heartbreaking. And I can only say I'm praying for the families. I'm praying for just everybody involved. There's images of people that were driving into the airport that caught their video, and they caught it. There's people inside. You know how you just in the airport and you've been taking a video. Those people caught it. Like, it's just the PTSD on this is not just going to be across the nation. I mean, it's not just going to be, it's going to be across the nation, but it's definitely going to impact those individuals that are right there close, hearing the crash, hearing, whatever else could have been heard in the middle of the night with this. So it's heartbreaking and sad, and we can only pray, because just we can only pray. That's just all that we can do. I do want you to leave your, that's what we could do. Like, what could we're not a first responder. We're not at the airport. We're not directly there. So what is it can we could do? We could just pray. So you could go in the comments and leave your prayers, and say something encouraging for the family members, and hope that if they're distracting themselves and online, they may see your encouraging word. That's just the most that you could do. But the negative talk and the jokes and all those other things, like, it just sometimes you just got to know to take a pause on some things. It's just knowing when. Just know when to say when. Sometimes you have to take a pause and just think about other people. Be compassionate about others. And this is one of those moments. San Antonio reportedly had a 4.5 earthquake. And what is so significant about that is that people felt the earthquake going north from San Antonio all the way into South Austin. I saw today, and I'm going to see if I still have it pulled up, but I kept seeing, and it was just strong on my mind, and I just pulled it up because I said, why am I seeing this? And I was, in my crypto portfolio, and I saw 444. I was looking at something. It was just, combined numbers. And then I was looking at the time and it was 444. And then I was waiting for something else and it said 444. So immediately, I go and run my numbers like, okay, what is the message, right? So this is maybe like this afternoon, right? Um, I said, well, let me go ahead and just look it up and what is this number four? What's the meaning of the number four, right? So it says the 444 angel number plays an important role when it comes to work and career matters. This number can signify success or abundance if used correctly, if used alongside visualization techniques like visualizing. I'm going like it's not really giving me. It says the presence of this angelic energy can suggest that now is the right time to take a risk, or this is the right time to make changes. And this can help you in your personal life and in your professional life. And I thought, you know what, what if anything that has been significant since the 20th is it's time for change. It is really, really time for change. Like so much is going on that is out of your control, but what you can control is the things that are right in front of you in your own environment. So I hope that you are seeing like the signs that it's like time to really, I'm not telling you to walk in fear. I'm not telling you to live in fear, but you do need to be just putting a full focus on, life as a whole and goals and, setting your micro goals and your macro goals and writing in your journal is setting a plan and knowing what it is that you intend to do next and start speaking into existence that this life that you not only desire it for yourself, but I hope at some point people will pause their own selfish thoughts and their own selfish needs and think about others in the life that you desire to see, you know, for others also. Like, I think a lot of times people don't do that. And it just is, the world doesn't move around if people only think about themselves. There's a great deal of people that I'm not the only one that can stop and be compassionate for others, right? So it says alternatively about this 444 that I kept seeing, it could simply be pointing out areas where improvement needs to be made financially, cutting back on unnecessary expenses. So savings can be built up over time. Opportunities indicate 444 often come with a personal development component, such as taking part in the workshops or courses to gain new skills. Before jumping headfirst into anything, it's important to take time to think things through carefully, even if there appears no downside. It says that challenges indicated by the 444 can include dealing with difficult people or situations while maintaining one's composure and standing up for what is right, having enough faith in your own self to push through any obstacles that arise on the journey, and being brave enough to continue and pursue your dreams, no matter how intimidating that can seem. The trial should not deter anyone from following their heart. So you will see, like tragic things happening around the world. You will see some, how should we say, and you may see things happening in the in the news and in politically wise that you feel like this may impact me in some type of way. You might feel like some type of fear, but you just have to trust the process and trust that what happens and it's happening for a reason, and that it's always a good time to stop and pause and pray for others and reflect on what your situation is and consider how you can improve, what you could take away, what you could do better, how you could eat better, how you could clean up your diet here, how you could declutter your environment, all those type of things, right? So that's just one of the thoughts that I had. But back to, again, just the breaking news with the passenger airline plane, just praying for all those that are impacted. I just had to jump up here and kind of throw this on this StreamYard again. I haven't given StreamYard a complete follow through thought on whether or not they will be the platform that I'm going to use, because there's just like a lot of um, there's just some pros and then there's just some cons. So I'm working with whether or not I will do that, but I will keep you guys posted on that. Like, what is this right here?
You when you living and love you when you ain't breathing. That's why I wake up in the morning.
Okay, I remember that. I'm like, what is that? But anyway, shout out to Nook Turner, right? But so I was playing around with something in the background. I apologize to you guys. So it's definitely time to close as I, take some time with this app and figure out how I wanted to set it up. But that's all that I have on that. And just pray for others. Don't forget that. Be compassionate. Take things seriously. Prices of groceries are going up. The price of rent is going up. Jobs are firing people, letting people go. Jobs are scarce. Ghost jobs are being posted up. We were going to talk about that, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. But I was going to share some thoughts about what that means, the ghost jobs, and um, how to go around that so that you do not spend a lot of time wasted on applying for those type of positions. So we'll get into that once all this is all, a little bit more settled and we have a little bit more details. But again, praying for the families. You guys have a good night. Please subscribe, turn on the notification button so you can know when I do. It will be a video. It won't be just audio. It will be a video so you can know when I am doing that upcoming show. And if I could get it, we're going to have a daily show. If you guys could get this to 500 subscribers, a daily show is coming. So 500 subscribers, if you can get 4,000 watch hours, we're going 500 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. A daily show is coming. So I'm counting on you guys. I see the increase 100 over the last 28 days. 100 subscribers have been added. So I appreciate you greatly. And I'm looking forward to see the numbers increase. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and turn on that notification. I'm D Shields, and I hope that each one of you have an amazing evening. And you can reach me. I am D Shields. You can always send a DM on Instagram. I am D Shields. I am DEESHIELDS. And you can send it a DM for those who are wondering how to connect on Instagram. Send a DM, serious inquiries only, and I am available to show up on your platform and talk the topics as I have done on several other platforms over the last few weeks.